We are live. Welcome to the All Sports Matters show. I'm your boy JB, and I'm gonna kick it off today because with me tonight, we got a whole slew of fellas. We got a whole slew of people. You saw it posted. It's the bachelor party, fellas. What's going on? Talk to them.
What it do? What it do?
What's going on?
What it do? You don't want in there, Leroy.
What it do?
Now y'all see that at the bachelor party, right? Now y'all wondering why I say the bachelor party? I'm sure y'all wondering why. Well, it is only one reason why it could be a bachelor party. Amir, Big Poppy, is getting married on tomorrow. On the morrow, he's sharing the nuptials. So they out there getting with it. I'm on location because I had some projects to get done. But fellas, what's going on out there in Texas world?
What's going on?
That right there. That right
It's
there.
my day.
That right there.
It's my day.
That right there. All that right there.
We do what we do.
I'm gonna drink one with y'all, fellas.
Day. I am surrounded by greatness.
You know what I mean? All that. Make sure, you know what I mean? Spot
This is a bachelor party edition of the All Sports Matters. We're here trying to have a good time. We are here live. I know we've been gone for a couple weeks. You may even say we try to avoid March Madness. We did it. Tonight is the Final Four, starting with the women. Obviously, the women got more fans, got more money, the ticket sales is through the roof, right? The first game right off the rip is Iowa versus Connecticut.
That's going to be a good one.
Iowa versus Connecticut. We can touch. Got a couple of minutes to get the women some love. Caitlin Clark versus Paige Buckers. Paige versus Caitlin.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Paige versus Caitlin. Gentlemen, who wins? How much?
What you got, Rob?
Man, that's a hard one to call, but I think Iowa's gonna pull it off, and I think they're gonna stretch it out in the fourth quarter. I think they'll end up. I think Caitlin is too much of a handful. She distributes the ball like she is just the chef. Like she's the chef. So she's serving everybody she can. So I think they'll end up winning by 10. I'll give it 65-55.
The nightcap got South Carolina versus North Carolina State. This is the first time that universities got two representatives represent the Final Four, North Carolina State and Connecticut. Before we get to the men's, game 2 tonight. JB, talk to me. Give me North Carolina State, South Carolina. South Carolina been cutting the games kind of close, even though they're the overall number 1 seed. Who do you got, man? How much?
South Carolina has been having close games, but I think North Carolina State's Cinderella story is over. It's been building for South Carolina and Iowa basically all year, and that's what the people want. That's what the people want to see, and that's what's about to happen. So I think South Carolina wins, and I think they win. I'm gonna say about 15. Also, you got people on there saying, "Congratulations, Amir." You got Quincy on one page.
I got my phone down. I'm not ignoring the public.
You got Bets on another page. They all saying congratulations.
Thank you, John Marshall. Hey, we're back. I think I want to celebrate the show first and foremost. All Sports Matters. I know we took a couple weeks off, not because of the lack of sports. Sports is all year round, so we do what we do. But we are celebrating the fact that yes, I am getting married in less than 24 hours, 22 hours to be exact, Central Standard Time. So, again, thank you for the comments. Keep bringing them on. What you guys want to talk about? Comments. Follow us on YouTube at the All Sports Matters YouTube page. Big Chef for 2 belts, 2.5 belts, 2.5 belts. Where we at with the belt?
Two belts in the ring.
Two belts in the ring.
And speaking of a ring, see how I tied that back in?
The men's
God, I'm
Final
supposed to be,
Four.
I'm supposed to be
We
sitting
got
here chopping up
Connecticut.
seasoning right now.
The men's Final Four. The brackets was messed up a lot. That 7'3" center of Purdue.
Edie.
I think a lot of people didn't get Purdue their just due. That young man was a dominant force in that
still is
in that Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Who does Purdue play?
North Carolina State.
Purdue, North Carolina State.
It's gonna
Fleck,
be interesting.
give me a prediction. Mind you, before you get to the prediction, it's a battle of the centers because North Carolina State got a good center on their own.
Yeah, I mean he's more of a forward, but he's
The
probably
new
gonna be
round
with,
mound to rebound.
I don't see that happening though. I don't see Burns slowing down Edie. I got Purdue. I think North Carolina State, they had a good run. 11 seed to the Final Four. I think their season comes to an end against Purdue. I got Purdue by 16.
Here I thought 16.
I'm gonna give him 16.
16 points.
Because I always say that is because Burns dominates in the low post. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that against 7'3" Edie.
He got that old school game too.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think
he's looking 35 with 3 kids, and he's still in college. But
his voice don't match his body.
No, it does not. JD Burns, he's doing his thing. On the other side, we got Connecticut playing against. Help me out.
The mighty Crimson Tide.
The defending champions, Connecticut Huskies.
Crimson Tide.
Nobody
had predicted Alabama Crimson Tide
making this far.
getting it to this far, especially.
Rob didn't even.
I didn't even do it.
Rob had them going out in the first round.
I really did because they had went on a streak of just not playing up to that.
And there's a bunch of no names. Let's be honest. There's no Brandon Millers. There's no Colin Sextons.
Sears is.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Sears is down, but he's not a marketable name, or not a name that is on the tongue. Exactly. It's not a marquee name. It's not on the tongue. It's on ESPN or Fox Sports or whatever it is.
UConn is just on a different level right now, man. They're rolling over everybody.
They really are.
The whole way around, exactly. UConn has been. It looks like they haven't lost in about 2 months.
Yeah,
they made it easy.
Dominant. Yeah,
they made it easy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're winning by 30 points a game or something. Something close to
crazy like that. And the coach said that he uses different tactics to motivate them for every game. He literally has them going into games feeling like, people are second guessing us and they think we shouldn't be here. And they literally have bought into everything he's pushing. And they go out and they demolish people.
So John Marshall was saying the same thing that we all said here on the panel. South Carolina, Iowa in the finals, rematch of the Final Four of last year. Mm-hmm. And UConn and Purdue, the most dominant player against the most dominant team. Can we agree?
I agree. I don't know if Rob wants to put his tide out, but I agree.
I honestly think Alabama's going to come out firing. So I think Alabama's going to pull it out. I think they'll pull it out by 4.
So going from the most dominant team in UConn, we're going to stay in the same region-ish, New England, going to the most dominant team in the NBA, who's lately hasn't been as dominant, but they still are. I'm still going to give their flowers. The Boston Celtics, we had a discussion yesterday. Can they close out? With that being said, we're going to introduce a Bostonian fan. Well, we don't mean flat.
Another one. And my DJ Khaled was another.
They got more than 2? They got more than 1?
David Hardy
representing the Celtics.
Here's my issue. This is my bias. This is an unbiased. Sorry, my unbiased.
You said it right,
you said it right.
Can they close the show? At the end of the day, can they close the show? And I'm gonna go back to a couple of years past, being number 1 seed, losing in the finals. The year before that, being number 2 seed. But they were more dominant in Milwaukee, and they lose in Milwaukee. Year before that, they were number 1, didn't close it out. Gentlemen, talk to me about your Boston Celtics. What can they do to close it out? And do they have enough to finally, since 14, 15 years, can they finally win the NBA championship?
I'll put it this way. I saw a stat earlier today that the last time the only 3 times that Boston clinched the number 1 seed in all the NBA, they won the championship the previous 2 times. So that makes me feel good about where they're going. I would say their defense and the way they work together as a team shows me that they can close it out. Barring any crazy injuries that may happen, the Celtics' biggest worry is not in the East. It's going to be Denver, in my opinion, in the West.
I mean, I agree with him 100%. I'm not ready to dismiss, Milwaukee just yet because Dame gets hired out of nowhere, and now he has a cast around him, and he's not having to shoulder the load. So he's going to be fresh for when he needs to take over in that fourth quarter. But like Dave said, barring any injuries, I mean, I don't see Boston not coming out of the East.
John Marshall took the words right out of my mouth, and I'm gonna go to you, big Chef and JB both. We'll get y'all both in here. Milwaukee, they were 31-13, right? I believe it was the record when they fired Alvin Griffin.
Yeah, I have no
31-13, and since then, Adrian Griffin. Sorry. I keep thinking Alvin Gentry.
Yeah.
Adrian Griffin, which is crazy because he's a Seton Hall boy. I'm a Seton Hall boy, so I don't know why I messed that up.
I mean, Alvin Gentry played
So
for
sad.
Right.
Hey, big props to Seton Hall Pirates, by the way, for winning NIT last night. I just want to throw that out there. They got snubbed from the big dance, and they beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out of Indiana State.
There you go.
That's a big. Both of those teams deserve to make it to the big dance. So we want to give praise to that. We didn't forget about them. We don't forget about the NIT. With that being said, Chef, talk to me. What happened, or what is happening to the Milwaukee Bucks?
It's a level of dysfunction that I just don't understand. Like, they had everything in place, and whatever went on with the firing of the coach, I still don't understand. How do you let a guy go that's producing like that? And I'm wondering, was it somebody had to come to the front office and say something? And more than likely, I hate to say this, but I think it's Giannis. I think Giannis had his input into it, and they did not want to risk losing their franchise player, so they ended up letting him go. But terrible move on their part.
But they extended him already, right? They extended Giannis, so they're not losing Giannis.
No, he's not going nowhere no time soon.
He had the option.
Good old Giannis. We're gonna let you get away with that because it's your wedding weekend. But you said you hate to say it and you think it's him, but just look at the fact that the Nassus is still playing. He's still getting playing time on that Milwaukee Bucks team. And that's gonna give you the answer right there. Because before Adrian Griffin got fired, the Nassus was not getting no playing time. And now all of a sudden
garbage time.
But now he getting more than garbage time. They doing a whole bunch of foolishness with the Nassus now, where he trying to be a point guard and pass the ball and all this other stuff.
But he's doing it in garbage time. He's not doing it with the game on the line.
He don't need to be on the team.
He's not even nowhere. He's the last man on the bench with the game on the line.
He don't. Why is he on the bench? Have you seen?
He's Giannis's brother.
Exactly.
I mean, that part I agree with.
It was
because of Giannis.
And he was getting ready to be out the league probably, but Giannis got him fired, and now he got a spot to be in.
Now, is there one team in the East? So let's keep in mind, Joel Embiid is back.
Yes, he is. He just came back.
Joel Embiid is back in Philly.
Just came back Wednesday.
He came out 20-12, first game. 20-12, I believe it was. 20-12. Now, top 10 is already established out East. Hell, out West as well.
Yeah.
All playoff spots is taken. These next couple of games is all about seeding. But that being said, is Philly and a rested Embiid, because that was their issues in years past, was a tiresome Embiid and a wishy-washy Harden, obviously. They don't have that problem. Maxi's been on fire.
Yeah, he's been the boss.
And he's been carrying the team. Tobias Harris has played like Tobias Harris of old. He took a couple of years off. All of a sudden, he's back. Embiid came back 28-12 for his game, fresh legs, in time for the postseason. Is Philadelphia can be an issue to you Celtics fans?
No, I don't think so. And the reason I say that is I know Embiid's going to do Embiid what he does, but KP's if they stay healthy, KP can help slow that down. That's the thing that made Boston what they are this year. That defense.
That is Kristaps Porzingis for you non-Boston fans, because really nobody knows about him outside of Boston. Just want to throw that out there.
You say
on top of that,
Porzingis go slow down Embiid?
I didn't say that. Don't be putting words in my mouth. I
What
said
did you
that we
just say?
got him there for defense, and that defense he's gonna alter a lot of shots that Embiid would normally make.
I actually think the difference maker for that matchup is not even in the starting five. I think it's Al Horford.
Yeah,
I think
Big
Al
Al.
Horford being able to come in and take some time to put some matchup against Embiid is going to make a difference for that series if that series comes about.
and see that was the thing and you're right. Horford's gonna make and KP they're gonna make Embiid have to play on both ends.
And stretch.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's got to play on both ends, like not just sit in the paint. You sit in the paint, Horford and KP gonna light him up.
JB, help me out here, because I feel like I'm drowning being surrounded by Celtics fans.
Well, you actually
But the Boston, this is a new Boston Tea Party, mind you. With that being said, JB, help me out. Can Philly, and I'm gonna throw a team in there who always shows up in the playoffs, the Miami Heat. Can they be the thorn in Boston's side?
I don't think the Heat is big enough to be a thorn in their side. Yeah, you got Jimmy Butler, but I don't think they're big enough to be a thorn in Boston's side. I do think with a reinvigorate and re-energize Joel Embiid coming back, I do think Philly can be a thorn. Now, will they be? It remains to be seen, but I do think Philly it has what it takes to be a thorn in Boston's side.
Okay. Real briefly before we move on, out west is a three-headed monster. They're pretty much half a game, one game. They're all tied. OKC, Minnesota, and Denver. You mentioned yesterday, regardless of all that, Denver is the team to beat.
They are weird until you can figure out what you're going to do with them in that squad in a series. It's hard to just say you can't. It can't be Denver. Denver is just tough, and Jokic is just unreal. He is the most unreal player in the league right now, because it just doesn't make logical sense how good he is.
JB, who you got coming out the West?
It's got to be Denver. Until somebody beat Denver, it's go be Denver.
So the panel agreed. What's the conference?
Yeah, Denver for me.
Denver.
I wouldn't be shocked if OKC made some noise, though.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked. I still think it's Denver. It's ultimately Denver, but I would not be shocked if OKC ended up coming out that West. I don't know why. I like that team.
Yeah, I don't think any of us would be shocked if they did.
That OKC team.
Yeah, I don't think none of us would be particularly shocked if they did or upset if they did. But right now, you got to go with Denver.
I know who won't be coming out the West. And that's the
Celtics.
damn Fakers.
Not the Fakers. Not the Fakers.
Speaking of the Fakers, the son of the Faker or the flopper, Faker or flopper, this or that. Bronny James. That's not his real name, right? It's LeBron James Jr.
LeBron James Jr.
So we're gonna call him Bronny. Little JR.
Little JR.
Wow.
What's the word I'm missing here? He signed up for the NBA draft. He declared. He declared for the NBA draft and hasn't hired an agent, obviously, but he's still keeping his options open.
Rich Paul is his agent.
Yeah.
He has an agent. It's now with
Rich
that Neil.
Paul is his play cousin.
With that Neil NIL in place, they can have agents. They can have agents now.
Okay.
So he has an agent. He put himself in the transport portal, but he has until May 31st to withdraw from the NBA draft.
With that being said, and after the season he had, let's keep it real. Obviously, we love to troll and hate. Well, Celtics fans do, but his heart, his health was at risk before he even played a game.
Right.
And then when he finally played, I think he averaged 3.2 game, 3.2,
Like 4.8.
something less than 5 points a game.
Yeah, it's 4.8 in 19 minutes a
And
game.
the word out of the James camp is that he wasn't surrounded with winners.
I think it had more to do with him going into the portal before the draft. I think it had more so to do with the coach that he went to USC for, went to SMU.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that had more to do with and you
Had
know
more to
they're
do-
linked to do with him putting himself in the transport portal. Because he put himself in the transport portal before he declared.
Right.
So, and you know, I was reading earlier that you know more than likely he's coming back to college, and more than likely, and I'm probably going to jack this name up, Duquesne,
Okay.
because of the LeBron connection. The head coach used to play high school ball with LeBron, so there's that connection.
So this
that's
is
why that
this
was
is
in
a
there.
this is a LeVar Ball situation where Daddy is taking over.
That right out of my head, right there. I was sitting like,
We not gonna even start trying to compare LeVar Ball to LeBron
He
James.
went to USC to play for that coach, and you know Joyce, who's the coach at Duquesne, has been around.
This
What are you talking about, Drew?
Huh?
I'm gonna get to you, JB, here in a minute. A comment was made by Austin Davis, the number one LeBron fan in the world. By the way, I'm gonna throw that out there. You guys don't know
Who?
that, but I do. Austin Davis. If Giannis' brother is still on the roster, then Bronny gonna be just okay until he develops. Obviously, is that the consensus? That's the word, right?
I think I think LeBron doesn't want Bronny to come out unless he's highly thought of coming out.
Yeah.
So I think that's the difference between Giannis and Thanos. That's what I call him because I can't never say his name right.
Wow.
So-
I think it would be in Bronny's best interest to stay in college.
and I think
Yes.
he will. I think he's
He
and
needs
I
to
think that's
develop.
what LeBron is actually, you know what I'm saying, leaning to. Yes, test the water,
Right.
see how they feel about you, but ultimately go back to college for another year.
Yeah. And
And then he's going to go into a situation more than likely where he's the lead man.
So let me ask
and
this
can
question,
showcase-
and I want you to answer first, JB. Is it a skill set or is it a physical set for Bronny that he's not ready?
I think it might have been a mental thing because he was dealing with the cardiac arrest, so he had to come back from that. I don't think it's the skill set and or physicality because he's been plenty physical. He has the skill set in hand in his bag. He just wasn't mentally ready when he came back. So maybe he does need to come back to college for a year and get everything going, have a full off season where he don't have to sit out because of cardiac arrest. He's at doctor's offices and stuff like that. Maybe he needs to come back to college and get all of that going so that he can be mentally prepared and know that I can still do this. I don't have to worry about, going into cardiac arrest again with everything that's going on.
I was a hooper. Rob was a hooper. Jim was a hooper.
I was an eighth man on the squad.
We all know
I mean,
that.
that was
Yeah.
We all. I mean, I don't know his background.
What?
I knew you only played church league. I didn't know his background.
That was softball.
okay.
But-
I played regularly.
But my point is,
I scored
we know-
17 points in the game once.
we
Never
know,
scored again after that. But
Game of
one
21?
I was on it.
We know that.
One game.
We know that as a hooper, you rhythm.
Yeah.
He was never able to really get into a rhythm in college. You know what I'm saying? He came in, like y'all said, he didn't have a whole off season to integrate with the team. He only got 19 minutes that weren't like big minutes. They were staggered here
You
and
only
there.
get 40.
Right. I
Also-
understand that. Understand what I'm saying though.
Also, let's
As a
not
hooper,
forget.
You want to get in a rhythm. You don't want to, take 2 shots, get pulled.
Right.
Come in, take a shot, get pulled. You know what I'm saying?
You can't get that rhythm.
But
It-
on the flip side of that is he's not going to get major minutes in the NBA. So
No,
being
that's
able
why.
to-
No, that's why I was saying it benefits him to come back to college for a team like
Right.
Duquesne,
So he can grow.
where he can be the man. You know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
he can get consistent minutes. That's
And-
what I was.
and-
That was the point I was getting to. It benefits him to come back. I
And
don't think he should.
the other thing that goes toward his mental acumen and everything else is, let's not forget whose son he is. He comes into the NBA, everybody's gonna automatically say he's gonna
targeted.
be like his dad, or if he's not like his dad, then he's gonna be a bust. So that's another thing that contributes to that mental stuff.
For a second, JB, and I apologize if I cut you off. I'll be devil's advocate and saying Jordan's son is in South Florida, Central Florida.
Yeah.
Is he still there? I don't. How many sons Jordan got? Because he's been in Central Florida for like 12 years now.
No, he's dating Lars.
I'm about to say
No.
His kids are like a couple years younger than us.
Yeah.
The second one?
He got
One of them is still in college for some
he got one
ungodly
in college.
reason. One of them is. I don't know how, but one of them is still in college. I think it's
Yeah,
the
one
Marcus.
is the one-
No, not Marcus.
Marcus.
It's
He's down in Miami, still
Yeah, but Marcus
messing
played
up
at
Scottie
UCF
Pippen life.
no. She just broke up with him, but
for the second time.
is the other one?
No, ain't none of them in college.
Him.
Jeffrey
He
is
done?
35. Marcus is 33, and his daughter's 31. Ain't none of them in college.
No. The one that was
About to
in
say,
Central
that's-
Florida
Was
was
Jeffrey?
Marcus.
Yeah, he was.
My point is, and still
He was
is,
trash though.
he did better in college than LeBron's son did. That's my point. With the name Jordan.
But he also
But there
did
was-
it at Central Florida.
But how much spotlight was on him?
USC.
Exactly. That's
USC
And
is not a
he
spotlight.
Yes, it is.
He
Especially
he
when
did
your dad-
he did better by like
Who's the
1.9 points.
The stories were on television about Jordan's son versus
Exactly.
how much is on
He,
Bron.
Jordan's son averaged 5.9 points. That's doing better than
There's more than 5.
But the point is, Bronny has, like Harden said, has that spotlight. That spotlight been on him since he was a freshman. In high school, and before he even got to high school.
Times has changed. There was no social media back in the Jordan days. Heck, there's a team now that got like 4 kids of former NBA players playing now in Sierra Canyon, I believe it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ronnie played good.
Yeah.
and Derek
So-
Fisher coaching. So
no,
That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good information. I didn't know that. I didn't
He
know
was
where he went.
speechless for a hot
Yeah.
second.
I didn't know where he went. Ever since that Scotty Barnes fight, Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes
One
played
of
for the
them
Raptors.
One of them Barnes.
I think Matt Barnes' son play for him, don't he?
Huh?
Don't Matt Barnes' son play for Sierra Canyon?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think he played for the other school. Is it Poly? I think he plays for Poly, or another different school.
Huh.
I mean,
That would've been funny, though.
It is- We're going to try to move on here. It is definitely the perfect way. And Austin Davis, you are correct. If LeBron retired and Bronny went to the draft, no team would pick him up. Obviously, and I believe that's LeBron's fault, if I'm being honest. Because just a year ago, he said he'll play for whoever drafts Bronny, and that's obviously,
And then he backed out on that.
he
Started
because he knew his son wasn't
back-
ready. So as a dad, obviously, you got to know. Okay, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to put that on him.
That's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on me. For those tuning in, this is the Bachelor Party edition of the All Sports Matters.
Every time we say bachelor party, we gonna wipe you down.
Yes, not the Bachelor edition, the Bachelor Party edition.
This is the Bachelor Party. Yeah, see, I already messed up. I told you a lot of pressure. Say
it again.
Right now, there's a lot of pressure on Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
Rashee,
That's a nice way to put
Rice,
it. That's
yeah.
a way to put it.
right?
That's the problem.
Out of Dallas, Lamborghini, and then he was leasing another
Rishi
car.
Lambo Rice.
Out of Dallas, what is going on with these young wide receivers mainly, but these young football players that just
They taking
can't
this
stay out
opportunity
of the
for-
limelight?
They're taking this opportunity for granted, man.
I'm still floored that he left the playbook in the
Both calls. Both calls.
These are facts. He left a check for like
16,500.
16,500. He left marijuana in both vehicles.
Uh-huh.
I'm not
Nice.
saying him, but his entourage.
He
That's still
he
him.
left jewelry.
He left jewelry, and then he left the
And then he left-
Kansas City playbook.
Playbook. You can't even make this up.
You can't make that one
You
up.
can't even make that up.
Man, look, I was telling Rob earlier when we saw that. I was telling Rob earlier, if I was those Dallas cops that arrived on the scene,
What?
I would have been taking that playbook straight to AT&T Stadium. Like, here you go.
Immediately.
Why?
Man, I'm
Why he got the
so
playbook in Dallas in the first place?
young. That's where you're from.
Yeah,
But why you got the playbook over
He's
there?
from
That don't make no
Dallas area.
sense.
So he was there, doing whatever. But
So mind you, we're talking about when we're turning in that playbook. We're not assuming Dallas needs to cheat. No, Dallas needs to copy that.
Yeah,
playbook.
well, yeah, that's what I was.
That's
they
what we're
didn't copy
saying. No, I just let the people know. Let
They
people know
need to use
because we
that.
know even with the playbook, they still can't stop it.
But I said Dallas could copy it, but do they have the players to replicate it? I don't think Dakota can
you
do
gotta
what
start
what
somewhere.
Patrick can do.
You got to start somewhere.
Well, let's be honest. They got a better wide receiving core than the Chiefs, right?
They do, but they need a better quarterback.
And Brandon Cooks is definitely better than former Ravens #1 wide receiver, Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood, go
Rob
back to
Holmes.
Baltimore.
I
That's
don't
Rob
know.
Holmes.
I don't know this Hollywood person. Y'all keep
Go back to
mentioning.
Baltimore.
His name is Marquise Brown.
I think we lost Tito somewhere.
I'll go see if I can find.
We lost one of the people on the
Hey,
podcast.
it's not a bastard part unless we lose somebody, right? That's what we learned
So-
from
right.
TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
He on the roof on the mattress. Go look. He on the roof locked out.
there's no bastard part unless we lose somebody. The only thing I can say is no, we're not in Vegas. We did that already, and we've lost plenty of
Footage.
footage and
Footage.
fellas who followed us around. Say that 3 times. Footage and fellas who followed us around.
Man,
Just wanna throw it out
I
there.
almost forgot about that dude.
Yeah, no, we talked about it the other day.
That was Fleck homeboy.
We had a follower that followed us for a minute, so I thought that was kind of
Yeah, I don't know where he came from.
Yeah, it was your homeboy Fleck. But look, getting back to what you were saying about Rashee Rice though, is Herm Edwards not going to the not doing the rookie symposium no more? Does he not talk to them
I think that's
after they get drafted?
But even when he was talking to him, you
They
still
were
had
doing
people
what they
getting in
were gonna
trouble.
do. Yeah.
You had some, but it wasn't to the scale that it is now.
Yeah.
Well, it was,
What, do we
hold on. The symposium is more about handling the finances, for being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It was more
Yeah.
about handling the finances and setting yourself up to after the NFL. Because obviously, a lot of the millionaire football players, even baseball or sports players, period.
Basketball,
They're
yeah.
not just focusing on football, but a lot of sports players will blow their money. And yeah, they're broke when they're out of the game. Hello, Mr. Adrian Peterson.
Right.
That's who's definitely right now.
Mr. Vince Young.
Definitely.
What the other dude? What the basketball player name? Antonio Pierce? No, not Antonio Pierce. What your boy name is? Was it
Adrian
Boston?
Peterson. Wait, Boston?
The basketball player.
Paul Pierce?
No, Walker.
Oh,
No.
Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker. Antoine
Yeah,
Walker.
he tripled up in size. He tripled up in size. We were just talking about athletes that blew their
Oh,
money.
Athletes that ran out of money. That was,
Gotcha.
Bro.
So
He was like, why you gotta bring my team?
If it wasn't for Reebok, AI. If it wasn't for Reebok, AI
Yeah.
was,
and they still to this day keep saving him,
yeah.
making him vice president of the sports division.
Yeah, he had like a lifetime contract that vests when he turns a certain age or something.
Delonte West, that's a name.
Mm.
LeBron James stepdaddy.
Yeah,
That's-
I was about to say LeBron James' mom saved him.
Bad decisions and
no, ain't nobody saved him because he's still out there on them streets.
Did a lot of the work there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
No, I was being funny.
What'd you say? Jim?
I said he's still out there in them streets.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mark Cuban tried to get him.
Cleaned him up, and then he went right back to
Yeah.
I don't understand how these cats get this
People pull up on
generational
him all
wealth
the
and
time.
just go through it, man. I mean,
I think
I've never had that much money, so I don't know. I guess you get caught up living that lifestyle.
I think he
I don't know.
had some issues that were unresolved for a long time. So I think they just reared their ugly head more so when he got money.
Right, and that's what happened when them young kids get money that ain't had money before. Now, I can't speak for everybody that's our age, but I feel like people our age, you get money, we kind of already setting our ways, and we kind of know that we don't need to be out there doing all that. So, Lord, if you're looking at us, give us some money.
I know, right? Just a little bit. We ain't gonna be greedy. Just a little bit.
Just a little touch. That's all we need.
Yeah. As one of my favorite IG follows, people I follow, Chef Wise, he says, "Let me get a scotch, just a scotch,
Scotch, just a little scotch. That's all I need."
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Amir,
Yes, sir.
this was really supposed to be, a baseball preview show.
Yes, sir. We was getting to that.
I know we moving to it.
Yeah. I was trying to get our boy Tito Toilette some FaceTime, but he's the one missing right now. So after the show, yeah,
he came in and he did.
He like left.
I think so. We can't find him.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. He
Anyway,
had popped in. He had popped in the chat for a little while.
Know that he's safe,
Yes,
and we will find him shortly.
exactly.
If not, the 30 for 30 edition
30
of this
for
party
30.
will pop up eventually.
I don't think anybody's going to show up with any tattoos on their face.
No. I think we good.
Nobody go
Yeah.
lose none of their teeth or nothing like that.
Yeah, no.
No, we're not partiers like that. If anything,
I say
We take a
make
nap.
sure you don't have a small Chinaman in the trunk.
I'm gonna go sleep for 12 straight hours.
Hey, don't judge me.
all right, you brought it up. We talked about baseball for a minute. Shohei Ohtani finally hit his first home run yesterday. Obviously, he's been the talk of the town. We mentioned this on radio every Sunday morning on Vibe95.com, www.vibe95station.com, or the Parlay Period app. The Japanese Pete Rose is what many people are saying about Shohei Ohtani, and just maybe if Pete Rose had he had an interpreter back in the 1980s,
Could have been.
he would have been in the Hall of Fame by now.
Mm.
So, with that being said, are we believing the story of Shohei Ohtani's interpreter has the gambling problem? He's the one that allegedly stole $4.5 million out of Shohei Ohtani's account, and he knew nothing of it.
Yes, I 100% believe
Allegedly.
that he did it. I 100% believe he stole it.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to say.
We're not
I
even
don't.
surprised you just said
How
that.
$4.5 million? You know how much money you have to have for you not to notice that $4.5 million is just gone from your account?
And he has that kind of money.
Yeah, it's just
I mean, the Dodgers did open up the checkbook, so but
Ohtani's money.
I'm fairly certain if any one of us had that amount of money, if 4.5 million just
When I get
disappeared,
on,
we'd
you
know.
said he did or didn't do it, Shohei.
I don't think Shohei did it, but I don't think that the
You
whole
don't think
story
he
didn't
knew
come out.
about it? You don't think
I
that was
feel
him gambling through his interpreter?
Probably he did something. That whole story ain't come out. I know that the whole thing ain't always just
What
the
do you
interpreter
mean?
just stole
I
money.
asked that, hold up. I asked that because you said that he you don't think he did it, but then you said that you don't know
right after I said
$4.5 million out of your account.
And right after I said that, I shook my head no, like that's not true.
My bad. I didn't catch that. My fault.
I know I'm far away from y'all, so y'all can't really see me. But yeah,
JB, two things did come out of the story outside of Ohtani and his interpreter. They actually implicated all the bookies. They implicated 3 Italian mobster bookies from Southern California. Came out.
Oh, Jesus.
Tommy DeVito homeboys
Said yes, we running a sports book. They didn't say illegally, but it is illegally according to the law in California. And 2, if $4 is missing from my account due to whatever, that's the equivalent to $4 million to Ohtani.
I agree.
If $4 is off, I'm like,
What's going on here?
somebody took ATM fees that it wasn't supposed to. 'Cause my bank don't do that.
I need my money.
like
back.
whoa Whoa, where is this 42 cents?
Might have been lost in
I
translation.
agree.
I love that one. That was a boom. That's a big time shot there.
With that being said, and somebody mentioned in the comments, right now, yes, this is just week 1 still officially. Mookie Betts is leading the league in every offensive category. My question to the panel is, why the hell y'all give him up?
My guy Mook.
Mind you, for the people watching out there in the world, everybody that the Boston Red Sox got in return
Hey, we got vertigo.
for stop, let me finish. Everybody that Boston Red Sox got in return for Mookie Betts is currently in the New York Yankee organization.
Mhm,
All of them.
Well, we would rather have New York have them than Mookie Betts.
You're not making sense like at all. You're not making like, I can see how $4 million will come out of your account. 'Cause you're not.
Yeah, and you would notice. You would notice.
You come from a long line
$4
of
million needs to go into my
organizational.
account before it goes out of my
You
account.
come from a long line of organizational excuses where since Theo Epstein
Uh-huh.
has
Uh-huh.
left the organization
Uh-huh.
and led the Chicago Cubs
Uh-huh.
to a World Series,
Uh-huh.
y'all haven't done a damn thing.
Hey, what's our pitching staff looking like right now?
All Hispanics. Next question.
What's their ERA? Where are they staying in the league?
Now, for the people out there in social media land, Mookie Betts or the field, meaning for your team, are you locking down Mookie Betts or are you trading him away for
A bag of popcorn.
Magic beans.
Magic Beans, half of Fenway, the Green Monster? That's what they did. They extended the Green Monster.
We're gonna have
Since
another
that trade.
100-year curse.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. We're talking baseball, people. I'm not understanding why that trade was made in the first place. Because, hold on, I'm a historian. I'm not trying to lose people here. Boston Red Sox said they couldn't pay Mookie Betts, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
That's what
They
he said.
traded Mookie Betts and signed Rafael Devers to a 10-year deal.
Oh,
$300 million.
How many years later?
No, it was the very next season.
I don't remember.
So they saying they
racism.
The hell they can. They traded for Trevor Story, who
Oh, my
got the
goodness.
same contract.
Oh,
Now,
Mm.
I'm not a millionaire. I just play MLB The Show. But I'm a better GM than what's going on in New England. And I'm throwing the Patriots out there. I'm throwing the Red Sox out there. Hell, I'll even expand it to the Boston Bruins leading the NHL last year and getting swept in the first round. I'll even throw all that in there. And I'm glad you're here for the bachelor party.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So have a seat and explain to me what is going on out in New England.
Well, the Celtics, you see, are.
No, we talked about them already. We talked about them
already.
already.
That GM right
We
there.
talked about them already.
Oh, okay. So,
Won't get into that one.
see what had happened was
I
I was trying to transfer $4.5 million from my savings account to my checking account,
right,
and
right,
it
right.
didn't clear in time.
So I gotta wait 7 days. for it to clear.
So my bookie's over there saying Mookie Betts has got to go somewhere else.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, tell your bookie I appreciate it.
Explain to me now, if the Dodgers don't at least get to the World Series, it's a season of failure. You're a Dodgers.
I feel like every season is a failure if you don't get to the World Series.
That's a good answer. We're talking about $300 million. Hold on. I'm gonna expand the question. Otani, $700 million, right?
Mhm.
Yamamoto, $300 million. Tyler Glasnow, $200 million.
Right.
Betts was already on a $300 million 10-year contract.
Right.
Freddie Freeman, 7-year, $171 million.
Right. Keep that to yourself, Atlanta Brave. Right.
Hey, I was just helping my man out. He was calling out numbers. I was helping him.
That's a shame. You'll hate him.
I still like
Now,
Freddie.
I'm gonna take it a step further.
Mhm.
The organization named a new shortstop before the season even started because the old shortstop who they paid couldn't play shortstop. Now, again, I only play MLB The Show, but I know that as a coach of MLB The Show, that my shortstop is going to play shortstop. He doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, JB, again,
Mm-hmm.
is it World Series or bust for LA Dodgers?
100%. Yes, it's World Series or bust every year for the Los Angeles Dodgers. But yes, this year with the amount of money they're paying out, yes, they don't get to the it's more than just getting to the World Series. If they don't win the World Series, it's a failure.
Now, last year, since we didn't mention the Atlanta Braves, both of y'all lost in the first round of the playoffs.
We made it though.
Diamondbacks, right? And I was throwing the big fella, Braves fan.
Who the Yankees lost to in who the Yankees lost to in the playoffs?
To themselves. They were at home.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't
I
tripping.
can tell
Okay,
you, at least I'm not a Red Sox fan.
They lost to the fishing boat.
that's true. That's true because the Red Sox are just horrible.
That's probably why
I said what I said.
In an earthquake this morning in New York. Just for that,
Yeah.
which is crazy. We don't want to get into that. But Braves, the National League East is just struggling so far. I don't think Miami won a game yet. Phillies, I think, won 2.
Yeah,
Mets just won their first game. I think that was by accident.
3-2.
It was 100% by accident.
I mean, it's still early.
It's very early. It's very early in the Major League season. Acuna more than likely will not duplicate the season he had last year. He had a one-of-a-kind type baseball season. We can all agree to that?
Yeah,
That's
70-40. I mean, that's one of a kind, one of one.
Yeah, one of them.
Cardoso hurt. She
Yeah,
limping.
Cardoso.
She limping. That's not a good look.
that's
Mind you,
very
South
much
Carolina right now playing North Carolina State, and the star center is limping right now. That's not a good look
She
for
came
South
down
Carolina.
with hurt knee.
So we want to throw that out there. Since
Thank
we are
you.
live, we are live
Bumped
at the
knees.
Ortiz compound for the bachelor party. We are
She
about
bumped
21
knees.
hours
She
away.
bumped- She bumped these. I think she's okay. She just bumped these.
We're about 21 hours away
Deserved.
from the wedding of the day.
Oh Lord!
Matrimony.
Oh,
Sending
yeah.
her to the back.
That's
Cardoso-
not,
Matrimonials.
that's not a bump knee. You don't
No,
go to
they
the back
did
for a
bump
bump knee.
knees.
I know. You don't go to the back for
But
a
that
bump
knee
knee.
was already hurt.
Hey, fellas, we got a show going on. We got a show. What y'all doing?
We're talking sports.
We're talking
This
about
is
You
like
watching?
live.
You watching sports? You supposed to be on the show. Report some stuff.
We are reporting. What we're
You
seeing
ain't reporting.
live.
We said Cardoso got
You talking about a bump knee? Report some stuff.
Because she bumped
Cardoso,
knees.
the-
Cardoso
the-
bumped
Talk about how
knees.
trash the Braves are.
Huh?
Talk about how trash the Braves are.
That's what. Get to that part, because that's what you wanted.
Yeah,
That's what
go
you wanted to
ahead.
hear.
Talk about it. Go ahead.
Get it off your chest, little fella.
Go ahead.
Talk about it.
We're listening.
That's y'all team. I didn't talk about my team. Talk about how trash your team is.
We were talking about what was live right now.
No.
But you wanna go
Talk
back
about your
to the
team.
Braves, so Go ahead.
Talk about how trash your team is.
Go ahead.
I gave you the flow.
We're listening.
You have the flow. They trash. I said it. They trash.
When we had the floor, we was talking about live sports. What was happening live.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That trash the
shame.
this couple of weeks. We'll take that. We'll put it back together and we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Y'all be trashed the first couple of weeks and then the last couple of weeks.
Out of the first round again. Talk to me.
Y'all made it the exact same for
Right, but we ain't spent 1.5 billion to do it.
because nobody didn't want to go over there. Y'all tried. Y'all had the same. Y'all had the same interviews.
Earlier show, sir.
Y'all had the same exact meetings. Nobody wanted to go see y'all.
This is terrible.
I was trying to get Tito back on the show. I think he had a probably had to go to the bathroom. I'm making excuses for him. We're still looking for him. Don't worry, America. We're going to find him. This will not be a 30 for 30. I promise you
He
that.
said,
We
"Don't
will
worry,
find him.
America."
30 for 30.
I want to keep him around because I want to talk a little football. There was a trade this week.
Somebody
Stephen
checking on your Buffalo
Diggs.
Bills fans.
Talk to me before we talk about how great Houston looks on paper. Talk to me, and I'm gonna go to the East, AFC East guy here. Do you think the Patriots will finally crawl out of fourth, being seeing how bad Buffalo has been this offseason?
I think we have a chance depending on what we do with the draft. Our defense is still solid. Depending on what we do with those trade picks, if we trade down, pick up some key players to help have a better manageable offense, we will get out of the cellar of the East. We ain't going to win the East, but we'll get out of the cellar of the East.
You think y'all would trade that?
Why would you trade down? Don't you need a quarterback?
The quarterback?
I mean, they got Jacoby Brissett there, the bridge until next year. I mean, if they don't feel comfortable with whoever falls to them.
Depending on how I'm not talking about trade completely out of the first round. I'm saying if they trade back a few spots to pick up some more draft collateral,
right?
They could still get one of the top 6 quarterbacks coming out of the draft.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Yeah.
I want to apologize to our viewers. It was not my intent to discuss anything Patriots related. I was trying to discuss how bad the Bills have done this offseason.
But you asked us if we were going to get
No,
out of the cellar.
I was implying talk about bad Bills and are they bad enough to overcome the horrible Patriots? That's what I was getting at.
Bills aren't bad.
Bills are bad or they aren't bad. They pretty much lost everybody.
Look, the
They're
Bills looked at the Chargers and said, "Hold my beer."
Basically.
Chargers, released Mike Williams, traded Keenan Allen,
Allen.
and then Buffalo's like, "Hold my beer."
I got one for
Gabe
you.
Davis and
The
Jacksonville.
Bills were like, Bill Belichick's gone. We don't care about anything anymore. That was our goal, was to beat Bill Belichick.
That said, I still
Just throw it in there.
think because we don't know what that Jets team is going to look like yet. I mean, even with Aaron Rodgers at age 40, whatever, we still don't know what that Jets team is going to look like right now. Yes, Buffalo got some work to do. They need some receivers. That much we cannot deny. But Josh Allen, depending on what week it is top 10, not top 10.
Well, I mean, it's easy to be
turnovers.
It could be
Definitely ain't gonna be top
it could
10
be
after
tough.
this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's easy
Depending
to
on what
be
week he is.
classified as a top 10 when you had that receiving core you had. But now,
But we don't know. But the regular season has started. They can still swing.
A Tyler Boyd.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
But their defense
they
got
can
weaker
make some
too.
noise and mess around and trade up into the top 5 and get a Marvin Harrison, a Malik Neighbors, a Dunze. See, I said his name right this time.
Jim, what's the other wide receiver name out of LSU?
Brian Thomas.
It's Thomas.
Thomas.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now that's a name that I'm surprised we are not hearing more of.
He's getting first round.
But not like.
But he's not getting top.
He'll be the 4th. He'll be the 4th receiver off the board.
Dominated.
Xavier Worthy.
I just come up with names. You look like
Xavier Worthy.
Malik Neighbors is the
Yeah, there we go.
Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy dominated
The
the
combine.
combine.
Yeah.
So
He
That's
put
what I'm
on-
saying.
he
This
put on the
is
show.
this is a deep class
Wide
for
receiver,
receivers.
Yeah.
You know
it
what I mean?
really is.
So Buffalo could still come out of it with, a respectable receiver room. You got the quarterback in place to get him the ball,
Yeah.
depending on what week it is. You got the quarterback in place. Hey, because Amir's not going to let me just call him a top 10 quarterback and leave it
No.
at that.
Yeah. No.
So I have to put that disclaimer in there, depending on what.
As long as it ain't one of the boys coming out of Colorado, because Coach Prime already said he ain't letting his boys go to nowhere that's cold.
I don't understand that though. Really, it makes no sense.
But
'cause
neither one of them.
they play in
I guess
Colorado.
Travis Hunter. Right.
It's
Exactly.
cold as hell. It's
Exactly.
cold as hell there. No,
I
don't
I don't
understand
really
that.
understand that concept. Like it makes.
But
no
I mean,
sense.
what he's gonna mess around? He's gonna mess around with LeVar Ball, them boys,
Yeah.
where nobody's gonna, want to mess with him.
well, maybe he didn't feel his feet because it's not that cold. Too soon.
He's stupid.
Too soon.
Lord. Well, he said that's why he don't want him to go play in the cold, because he don't want him to end up like him and lose toes and stuff.
Yeah, but at the
But
end
he
of the
lost
day,
his toes at
Hey,
but at
well,
the end of the day,
frostbite.
He lost his toes.
But
at
I guarantee you, at the end of the day, if Buffalo drafts Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders goes to New England, that's where they're gonna play.
Yeah,
They don't have the clout to pull
he's
a
not
Eli.
gonna- yeah, he's
You know what I mean? They don't have that clout.
The only one that has a clout, it is Caleb Williams. He's been in the news a lot, I guess, for his feminine.
For his fashion choices.
His
Let's
fashion
say it that way.
choices.
Let's leave it at that.
That is a politically correct
His fashion
answer.
choices.
For his fashion choices.
Stop.
Now, with that being said, we're talking about a football locker room where the quarterback is usually the leader of the team, unless you have an all-pro linebacker who you're scared of, and you let him be the leader.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah, or Michael Person, somewhere along the line. But if your quarterback is not assertive enough, then yes, you will let. That being said, do you think Caleb Williams can be the answer in the locker room that comes with a DJ Moore, like you said, traded earlier, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet, running back. They picked up a running back. They picked up a running back, a good running back. Was it Swift?
Swift.
Yes.
Swift.
Yeah.
Can he be the leader for the Chicago Bears to get out of that cellar that is the north of?
They better find a good linebacker.
So you're asking, can he be the leader of the? I think winning breeds leadership.
There you go, bingo.
Is if he comes in and he shows that he's a winner, people will follow, regardless of what you do off the court. That's look at Dennis Rodman. That boy was a whole nutcase.
But they have Michael Jordan.
But he still did his thing.
He
still
followed
did. He
followed that
produced.
leadership. Yeah.
He produced.
And it took a big personality like a Jordan and a Scottie
He
Pippen
produced.
to keep
Yeah,
that guy
but
in
he
control.
didn't work. It didn't work out for him in Detroit. It didn't work out for him.
He produced in Detroit though.
I got that, but once he changed into Dennis Rodman, he became. If you think about it, when he was the young Dennis Rodman, he was with Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, all leaders already. And Rodman became the odd man out because Rodman started being the Rodman that he became. They shipped him out.
And plus, they started imploding that team once Isaiah got hurt, and then they started wanting to go younger, so they decided to go ahead and ship.
But
out.
outside of
And
Jordan,
plus,
and the Bulls, Rodman wasn't the Rodman that was dominating all these.
he was still rebounding like a maniac.
And that's what I'm saying. He was
remember
producing.
when he was down in San Antonio? He was a rebounding machine.
He
He had
produced.
one game. He had no points, like 30 rebounds. Like he was just an animal. But it was the extracurriculars that you don't have somebody in that locker room that can keep him together.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Yeah, he gets completely out of control, and Popovich was not.
So
person
how
for
does
that.
Caleb Williams what's his
Caleb
name?
Williams.
Caleb Williams.
How does he rebound from losing if he's trying to be that locker room leader? Because, like you said, if it's leadership is bred through winning, if they don't win, how's he going to rebound from that to be that leader in the locker room?
So I
That's
do
a
have
good
kind of an answer, because obviously I'm not in those locker rooms. I'm not Caleb Williams. He had a bad finish to his USC career, right?
Yeah.
They were losing. He pulled himself out. He cried his last game. I'm giving him a buy on that because it's probably emotions. Last game, but it wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. I don't care. He went crying to his mama. It's not a good look for a football player. But I'm giving him a pass still. I'm giving him a pass still because it was his last game.
For me, I'm not going to say it wasn't a good look, though, because he cares so much about winning that he got that emotional.
Yeah.
But the year before that, he won the Heisman Trophy. USC was almost a top-tier team until the couple games towards the end of the season. And then he struggled his junior year.
Yeah.
And he didn't handle it well. Not that he couldn't, he just didn't handle it well. Now, going back to my initial question, I'm going to go to you, JB. He's going to the Bears, who, for the last few seasons, have not done.
They've been dysfunctional.
They have not been good in their own right. So how does a Caleb Williams, who struggled coming into the NFL, go into a season that's quite possible to last for Eberflus, right? That's the coach name, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah. Matt Eberflus.
Yeah. Quite possibly, win or lose, is probably his last season in Chicago. How does Chicago handle Caleb Williams? How does Caleb Williams handle Chicago?
First thing Caleb Williams need to do is get rid of the lip gloss. They don't need you to be up in there with the lip gloss. I don't care what y'all say. I know y'all try to skip over it. I'm not. Get rid of the lip gloss and nail polish, young man. Be for real.
So they put a team around him. They put a team around him.
They put a team around him, and I know I know what you call it is real mad, but I still think they gonna need one of those aforementioned linebackers that you was talking about, Fleck. Because I don't think right now he's gonna be mentally strong enough to be the leader that they need. Now
I mean,
maybe
rookie
next year
quarterbacks
he will, but
come in and automatically are the leader of a locker room. You hardly ever see that. I'm not saying that you haven't seen it,
It's
but
rare.
you rarely.
I don't think it's.
See
I don't.
that.
I don't think it's happening.
CJ Stroud, I'm pretty sure he probably, was a
I
leader
don't-
in that locker room.
I don't think he was the leader. I think it was
I don't know.
more-
No, I'm not saying he was the leader,
Right,
but
right.
he was a leader.
Right.
I don't
is what
think.
I'm
I don't
saying.
think we've seen a rookie quarterback come in since Peyton Manning
Right.
that came in, started,
and
and
even Peyton Manning
he
struggled.
still
Yeah.
they finished 3-13.
And he
Mind
threw
you.
like 21 interceptions.
Yeah.
He was 3-13 his rookie year,
And his jersey was filthy.
Yeah.
Right. They were smacking. I think he has the.
but he was
had
the
most
locker room
sacks.
leader. He came in
Yeah,
and
he took control.
that
of
big
that
ass
locker
head of
room.
his, and he was like, "Look, I got a lot on my mind." So with that being said, which quarterback? You know what? We'll go to that. Which quarterback will be coming out in this draft? Would be the first one to make a statement and then no team.
It depends on what team
I
you go
think
to.
it's
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's gonna be Jaden Daniels.
It depends on what team he goes to. Because
And
if he goes to New England, he's not making the statement he's going to be making is let's try this again next year.
I would be shocked if he doesn't end up in Washington because of their situation. And I think if he goes to Washington, I think he's going to blossom. He's going to prosper.
We got some
there.
good wide receivers over there.
They
Washington.
got some good wide receivers, and he's the type of player they need in that locker room. So I'm going with Jaden Daniels.
But yeah, I'm gonna stick with the cop out. It depends on what situation they go into. Because you said Jaden Daniels if he goes to Washington. What if he goes to New England?
Yeah,
I think it'll be Jaden Daniels.
But I mean, New England's not ready to continue.
Oh no, it is a knock on New
New England's
England.
not ready.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a knock on.
I don't
New
want to see Jaden Daniels go to New England.
I'll say this. I think Jaden Daniels is the most NFL ready right now of the big. I guess we can say four now because McCarthy's getting so much hype for top five now, which I think
Does he
is going to be a
surpass Drake
mistake.
May? You think?
I don't think who.
McCarthy.
No. I still think he's QB4. I still think 1, 2, and 3 in some combination is going to be Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May. I think those are going to be the first three quarterbacks off the board. But McCarthy, I mean, with all the hype he's getting, he's not going to be far behind.
So one more question before we move on. You mentioned top four. JB, I'll ask you. Now hit the panel. We mentioned the top 4. 5 will be Penix. 6 will be Bo Nix.
I think
all
it'll be the other way
6
around. I think Bo Nix goes before him.
And that's fine. All 6 quarterbacks get drafted in the first round.
No.
I don't see that happening.
No.
The only way I see that happening is if Denver can't get into the top 4, they start panicking, and they take because Denver doesn't have a second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So if Bo Nix who I think ultimately I think they'll end up taking him there because by the time the third round rolls around, that level of quarterback play is going to drop off significantly from QB 6 to 7. So I think that they may, pick him a few spots ahead. I can probably see a team coming back into the late first round, maybe Seattle to get Penix. Keep him in the Washington area. That's what I said.
I don't want to say what I think he said.
Not penis.
I
did not say penis. I said Penix.
We don't want to draft penis.
Penix is
But
Penix.
I did not say
now,
penis.
I do think Penix is going to be looked at really hard by the Falcons.
At 8?
Even with Kirk
No,
Cousins?
No.
Second round.
I don't think he makes it to the second round. That's what I'm saying. I think a team comes back into the end of the first round.
They-
to get him.
I think he would be the one.
They won't pass. They won't pass the Giants in the second round, being at 5 or 6.
That's the point too. Yeah, the Giants. Are in
There's
the
no
second
way if
But
any
I
of those
don't-
quarterbacks.
But if the Falcons, they would have to be really dumb because they gave
round.
because okay,
For future.
right. But this is what I'm saying. You gave Kirk Cousins a 4-year contract.
Right.
If you pick him in the second round, you can only sign him to a 4-year contract.
But he ain't the most durable.
No,
Who?
Talking about Kirk Cousins.
this is his,
Kirk Cousins only had one major injury.
This is the first year he
Yeah.
had an
Yeah.
injury.
Didn't the year before that? Didn't
No.
he have an injury at the end of the season?
No.
Oh.
You
He
think
just
about
threw a
Joe
lot
Burrow,
of
probably.
interceptions. That makes you
yeah,
think
never
that
mind. Yeah,
he should
never
get hurt.
mind. Yeah.
But No,
played,
so
very well
yeah,
played.
Kirk Cousins took over for RG3. They both
He
got
did.
drafted the same team,
Yeah,
same
he
year.
did.
So, and he wasn't their
Michigan
first choice.
State
So
product.
if RG3 wasn't as bad of a slider or lack thereof, if he would have slid, he would have stayed in the NFL some more years.
Yeah.
But RG3 just never wanted to slide for some reason. Don't know why. Well,
He said he's ready to come back though.
JB, did all 6 quarterbacks get taken in the first round?
No. I would go so far as saying it'll be 4 in the first round and then 2 in the second round.
I'm hoping that 2. I'm hoping there's 2 in the second round. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely hoping there's 2 in the second round. Yeah. Gentlemen, it is bachelor party weekend. It is also WrestleMania weekend.
Yes, sir.
It is also WrestleMania weekend. Are we? We're not as excited because obviously we're going to miss day one. That's my apologies to the panel.
I've got AirPods.
I know. That's facts.
JB gonna be glued to the TV since you're.
They'll be texting us updates.
Text him.
You better
Updates.
not.
I mean,
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
You can text
I mean,
I'm
Don't.
good with it.
That's a long ass text message.
I feel like is my duty in detail to report the news, the sporting news to y'all.
No, that would not be news. Actually, we want
It's-
lack thereof. We want
It's
we
sports.
do not
It's sports
want
entertainment. It's my duty.
Sports entertainment.
Because when I got married, I know we had to make sure that we was talking about how LSU was beating on
Just found out
Alabama.
like it was an official sport. They got a World Cup for that, So we just found out like hours ago.
Oh,
So yeah, that's going on this weekend as well.
Hmm.
The World
Okay.
Cup of whitewater rafting.
Ooh,
Hey, all sports matters, right?
I mean,
What am I
I
supposed to
guess
say about that? WrestleMania weekend, again, Final Four weekend. There's not much else left to say, gentlemen. I know it. Big Rob, what you got for us?
So,
I got one too.
you go first. I want you to go
Oh,
first.
okay.
Go ahead.
no radio
So-
show this week.
So NCAA tournament. We're talking about the Final Four. There has been one team, men or women, that has made every possible NCAA tournament. Which team is that?
Michigan State?
No.
Damn. I'm so
UConn.
Men or women, they have made every NCAA tournament that they've been
UConn women.
for. No.
I'm done.
Let me say that
Got any
question
guess?
one more time. Say that question one
Duke?
more time.
Men or women, there has been one team that has made every NCAA tournament. Men or women, one school that has made every
I
NCAA
said
tournament.
UConn women too. But I guess
No, it wasn't UConn
No, I
women.
was
It
following
was
up.
not UConn women.
Holy Cross.
What?
I'm just putting stuff
Holy
out
crap,
there.
Batman.
I'm
You
just
got
throwing
anything,
it out.
Hardy?
UConn men.
I don't know.
No.
Oh well, shit.
Y'all ready? The Tennessee Lady Vols have made.
I said
every-
Tennessee.
Who?
Don't
said
your feet don't fit no damn branch.
I thought he.
Bruh, who
I
said
said
it?
Tennessee women.
Huh?
I said Tennessee women.
Who?
He did. Jim did. A minute ago.
I heard him say UConn men. I didn't hear him say
I said Tennessee women before I said that. You were just talking over me.
Yeah, he said both of them. But no, that's a good one. I did not expect that one.
I said what I said.
I thought they
They
missed
have
it too.
They have made every NCAA tournament.
That's interesting. Wow. So there's been in the
Said Iowa
Olympics,
women.
there have been many sports for women, but this one was the very first, and it happened in 1908. What is the very first women's gold medal event? Women's medal event.
Gold medal.
Say it again.
What is the very first women's Olympic event that
To what?
happened in 1908?
Track and field.
Curling.
Water polo.
Not hurling, not water polo.
You said curling?
He did say He's a nutbag.
Figure skate?
Out there with that little broom.
Figure skating in
Is it?
1908.
What was the answer?
You know who it was figure skating, and you know who the figure skater was that won it?
Natalia
Nope. She's
Some
British.
Russian.
No, not
British?
No, it's not Russian. It's British. She's a British skater. She's a British skater. Her name is Madge Sayers.
Mad science. That's crazy.
Mad science.
Sayers. So yes, and so we salute you, women's figure skating.
Women's figure skating. So did the men's figure skating start first, or the women's and the men started after?
That's the first women.
No, I'm
Yeah, but
saying
men's had already been.
because
an event.
that should not be a sport for men.
Yeah.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
just,
Yeah.
it creeps me out.
It just
It
it's-
does.
Yeah, it feels weird.
You know, I was open a little bit more to it after watching Blaze of Glory.
Yes, sir. Blazer.
Will-
What is it?
Yeah, Blaze of Glory.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell and
Oh, yeah.
I was open to it a little bit.
Chaz Michael.
Yeah, I was open to it at that point. But yeah, go figure. Leroy, you got anything for us
I'm just thinking.
on this bachelor party weekend?
Oh.
Yeah, hold on.
Get the extra lint off, baby.
I'm just saying there's one number one whose favorite number is number 2 that we're gonna celebrate tonight and tomorrow, and that's my man right here.
Wait a minute, my finger's out of the picture.
Well, we still have to discuss because actually,
I think that's what came.
that probably is the package.
I think that's what
That
came.
might be it. 'cause-
Does it have?
Ah,
Hold on,
Does it have
let's
Bilbo
see.
on it?
It looks like something
I
different.
think it just
Is it
came
a
in.
camera box?
Yeah.
Yes.
Camera
Yeah.
box.
That's
It
it.
just got.
It literally just got while we were doing the show.
Oh, yeah, she heavy too.
So we appreciate you, JB. We're going to celebrate with you from afar. Our brother JB. Yeah, we got the
That's it.
box. We'll all take pictures with it and take shots at the same time.
Yeah.
And in the process, we're going to find our brother somewhere on the ceiling because we don't know. We're not what we want the public to worry, but we will find Tito Toilette.
And we will update
and
you on his
Update
whereabouts
all of
next
you.
week.
Promise you.
We'll
Hey.
update his whereabouts.
We will actually take a picture of him and post it on the All Sports Matters Facebook page. For those of you that is not on it, All Sports Matters Facebook, please subscribe on the YouTube page, on the Facebook page. We appreciate you. JB, take us out.
Well, y'all know what we say. Some people like football, basketball, and baseball. While others like hockey, soccer, and NASCAR. But here, all sports matter.
Hey.
Peace out.